Welcome guys to another episode of United Transfer Talk, and in this one I've got a few more stories that I want to talk to you about that has been happening over the past week or so in regards to United obviously. And the first one I'm going to be talking about is the few updates from players that we've talked about over in the past few episodes in quite a lot of detail, and then I'm basically not going to cover about themselves as a player, but more of what's the situation with them are right now. So the first one is Thiago Alcantara. I talked in excess detail probably in the last episode about him. Spanish under-21 captain, playing very well at the moment for them. They're in the final tonight against Italy in that very championship, so it'll be a good time for you guys to check him out if you haven't done before. And so the first update for Thiago is that from a Catalan kind of like newspaper, the official Catalan newspaper, they've reporting that he had a series of meeting with the Barcelona boss Tito Vilanova, and Tito Vilanova obviously wanted him to stay, expressing his desire that he believes his future is very much at Barcelona, the club that he has, grown up at, gone through the academy, etc. But Thiago still insisting that he wants to leave this summer, and one of the serious bidders is supposedly United, and so that would signal a huge sign of intention. I think that we are being touted as the first serious interested club in Thiago. Obviously, when this kind of like statement leaks out, I think other clubs might be triggered into an action because of the release clause until I think the 1st of September is when the clause kind of like closed off. So it's still a long process before, or the duration to that window closes is still quite a while away. So you never know, other clubs might express an interest, but I think Thiago for that amount of money is going to be a great buy. And obviously because of this kind of like message that he has sent out saying that he does want to leave the Catalan club, then obviously it will kind of like almost help the cause and United's pursuit of him, because they know that the player is keen. So that would act as a catalyst between the negotiation between the two clubs, and the wages etc. shouldn't be a problem because of the wages he is on at the moment in comparison to the one that United will offer. So in that regard, this transfer is taking I wouldn't say a very unpredictable twist, but I think it's just going to be a catalyst that will accelerate this transfer even more. So keep a lookout for this story, and I think that before long this transfer will possibly take place. And like I said last week, I placed it at 7 out of 10, but in regards to this piece of news, I would actually place it even higher at 8 out of 10 for this transfer. So what do you guys think of this transfer? £15 million or 18 million euros for Thiago Alcantara? Leave your comment below on that player, guys. And then the next piece of news that we're going to talk about is to do with Kevin Strootman, again a player that I covered in the last video. But in this one, it's just another update, and the fact that he has, obviously Holland crashed out of the championship with a semi-final defeat to Italy, and Strootman and his agent has come out to say that he has confirmed his desire to compete within the Premier League because he has the right fitness and physique and character to adapt himself into the Premier League environment. And from what I've seen of him, he's a very, very good player. Obviously, I think definitely captain material from the leadership. Perhaps that's due to his age as well. He was one of the kind of like supposedly older players within the squad. So that added his experience to the piece, and perhaps thus explains why his selection to be captain was very natural. So Kevin Strootman, defensive player, I would say, but it still has the capacity to possess the work rate of a box midfield player. I think he has, like I said, does the defensive job very well, but also in a attacking sense, he does make those third man runs into the box, and then using the intelligence and the technique that he possesses does produce the final product when it needs to be. Obviously, he didn't get a goal, but again, like I said, with his positional play, you don't expect him to score 5-6 goals, whatever, in a tournament. That'll be ridiculous. But again, Strootman, really good prospect. I think, like I said in the last video, his price probably be the same, around about of £50 million, around Thiago's kind of price range. 23, like I said, and with this one, I would still say it's a 7 out of 10, because although we have expressed an interest, there's no clear indication of what if we're really serious about him, and plus Napoli has expressed an interest in the player as well, so that could provide some competition for the signing of Strootman. But if, like I said, if we were going to go in for him, then obviously it will favour us because of what he said in the press this week. So I still place this transfer at 7 out of 10. What do you guys think of this particular story? And the third player I'm going to talk about is to do with Robert Lewandowski. So it's becoming a saga, obviously, but I think it's pretty clear to a lot of us now that Lewandowski is likely going to Bayern Munich, but there's still a slight chance that he can go somewhere else, and there's even a possibility that he's going to stay at Dortmund as well. So there's a free way to look at this transfer right now, but I think the overwhelming favourite is for him to go to Bayern Munich next season because of what Dortmund has said this week. They have said that the CEO of Dortmund, they said that Lewandowski is kind of free to join Bayern Munich next year because obviously he's no longer under contract to Borussia Dortmund, so he's joining now. But there's no way they're going to let him go this summer because it will be adding insult to injury because they already sold Mario Götze to Bayern Munich, so allowing one of the second, the best player now to leave to your nearest rival will be a killer to the club and the fans. So that's the development in Lewandowski. Not so much in terms of United's kind of way, but I'm just informing you guys what I've been seeing on Twitter and online over the past week about this story, because it does look very much so that Lewandowski probably is going to stay at Borussia Dortmund, get a little pay rise for the year that he's staying there, and then going to Bayern Munich, because although there's an interest from foreign clubs, it doesn't look like Lewandowski is willing or have the desire to come at this stage of his career. Apparently there's a story that he rejected a move to Real Madrid, and that I think could probably indicate that his preference is to go in Bayern Munich and perhaps even the Premier League. But again, this transfer for me right now, I think to United, probably about a 4-5 out of 10 at best, because of the overwhelming signals from Lewandowski's camp that he is willing to go to Bayern Munich, wait a year and then go there to the club of his choosing. So this transfer, like I said, probably 4 out of 10 for the possibility of Lewandowski going to United. It's a great shame. We tried to get him last summer, but we opted for Robin van Persie, and I'm sure a lot of you guys haven't been kind of regretting that decision because of the 20th league title. But again, Lewandowski, world-class player, but I think there's no point of standing in the way, because he probably in the future would want and request a move back to Germany and want to play for Bayern Munich anyway. So in this regard, I think it might be a dead fish, but it depends on, it could take another twist if Bayern Munich don't want to pay and Dortmund accepts a bid from one of the English clubs. But again, it's a lot of ifs in there, and this story I think nearly runs its course because of the like I said, the intention coming out of the Lewandowski's camp. So leave your comment on this video, guy, on this story rather. It's it's a bit of sadness, I guess, from United point of view, because we all thought he was destined to come to us. But so bit of disappointment. But again, leave your comment below, guys. And the full story I'm going to talk about is a new player. He's been linked only this week, and it's Marco van Ginkel. He's been again part of a two-man midfield with Kevin Strootman for the under-21s for the Holland national team in that championship, and he has performed very well actually. What I've seen of Van Ginkel is that he is 20 years of age, plays for Vitesse Arnhem, the same club that we got Alex Butner from. So obviously there is some kind of past connections. But there's some interest in Van Ginkel, who is a box-to-box midfield player, more so I think than Strootman. He has a bit more pace and a bit more energy and attacking prowess, I think, than Strootman, who kind of like almost the Busquets role of that midfield duo there. But Van Ginkel, very impressive in a under-21 championship. Obviously, I think the price being touted is around £15 million again. There's some interest from us and also from Chelsea. Apparently, our chief scout Jim Lawler was at the game, at the Holland under-21 game against Italy the other night. But again, there's some speculation whether he was there to watch Van Ginkel or he was there to watch Strootman. It's definitely one of the other. So take your pick, guys, if you want, to be honest. Like I said, I haven't seen a lot of Van Ginkel before the under-21 tournament, but from what I've seen, he's a very good box-to-box midfielder, almost like a Ramirez of the Chelsea. And I think if it's he again would reiterate his desire to play in the Barclays Premier League. So there's not much more to say about Van Ginkel really. He's a good prospect. From what I've seen of him, he's good box to box player. Decent passing ability. Got a few shots away, but they were a bit wayward, etc. But good player, £15 million, 20 years old, so definitely fits in with our age criteria at United at the moment. So it's interesting to see where this plans out. Before this week, he stated that although one of the reporters said that there was some interest from United, he said he didn't know about it, and so that I think signifies that he does know that there were kind of intense speculation linking him with Chelsea. But with United interest in him, the Robin van Persie factor could have an effect on that correct deal. But again, you have to wait until for this one to pan out. So if I was going to give this one, I'll probably give it 6 out of 10 because of the kind of like the fee is not too high, and also he fits in the age criteria. So 6 out of 10 for the possibility of Marco Van Ginkel to United in the summer. So what do you guys think of that story? Please leave a comment below, guys. So the last story I'm going to be talking about is to do with another new player that I haven't covered so far, and it's Claudio Marchisio. He's a 27-year-old Italian, plays for Juventus. He's been linked to United for a good couple of years now, and it's dawned on me. I don't know exactly why he has been linked to us. Yes, he's primarily been touted as a central midfield player, but from every game I've seen him play, he's either on left hand side or the right hand side for either Juventus or the national team. So I'm not sure why we were all that interested in him. And Marchisio, quality player still. Good technique, able to beat his man, and what I've seen of him is that he has a eye for goal, definitely for a midfielder. But again, I haven't seen him dictating play from the centre of the park for any game really. But because he's been operating from the wide area and obviously very effective wide. But I think people are misjudging him if they're thinking that he's kind of like a Paul Scholes replacement. I think he would operate more on the left and then drift inside to form a kind of like an extra man in midfield. But if we're gonna do that, why he's almost in the same amount as Thiago doing for us last season, and that could be a benefit. But again, I don't see this one happening, to be fair. Marchisio said in a week that he's flattered to be linked with United and Monaco. The fee, I think, is around £25 million, and for that reason, I don't think it's a appealing kind of like transfer. Yes, he's got a very good record and reputation, continentally, but again, I don't see the need for Marchisio, because if we were gonna play that sort of diamond system and need almost a central attacking midfielder out a bit wide, then I think we would be suited with Chicago playing there. So this transfer, I will give it about a 3 out of 10, because even though there's some speculation that we are after Marchisio, the price tag and the age of the player and the positional, playing of the player, I don't think it's going to be a viable transfer. But again, David Moyes could prove us wrong. But again, speculations all over the place right now. But just quickly, what do you guys think of Claudio Marchisio? Leave a comment below on that story, guys. So there you guys have it for another episode of United's Transfer Talk. A lot of updates I know about the transfers, and hopefully the next 2 weeks will bring us a lot more answers to the questions that you guys have about the club, because in 2 weeks' time, or in the next 2 weeks, David Moyes will officially be appointed, but he'll probably want to unveil a couple players to settle him in before they go off on the tour to Australia, Thailand, Japan, and all sorts. So it's going to be another world tour for the United squad this summer. But again, I think David Moyes would be wise to follow Sir Alex kind of like plan and plan to get the signings in quickly to settle them into the squad. And City has done that this summer, so I think you're going to see a lot more rumours ramping up because of the leading up to the tour, and David Moyes will be setting the wheels in motion, definitely as well. So it's a exciting time for the club, and hopefully I can make a couple more videos confirming some new transfer in the near future as well. So thanks for watching, guys. Please rate the video if you like, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, comment below on any of this transfer story as well. The communication is really great between you guys, and I love getting involved in the forum as well. So you can follow me on Twitter at ManUnitedDaily, or go to the website ManUnitedDaily.com. So thanks for watching again, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.